I'm Noel. Probably know that already if you've watched my channel. Anyways, I was thinking of doing something a little bit different today. Still currently working on a lot of projects, musical and other ones not so musical. I do got this is the Planet Pluto huge project being released on the 24th, so I probably won't be releasing too many music related videos on YouTube. But I was thinking of showing off a few of the more main instruments for that me and my friends use when we make music. I thought that'd be pretty cool, and maybe a couple updates along the way, but let's get this started. Okay, so this is my main bass. It is a Fender Squier P bass. As you can tell, it's pretty basic, but it gets the job done and it sounds good doing it. And I definitely love playing it. There's probably only one other bass that you most likely have seen more on this channel, or the same amount as, probably less actually, even to this point. And I'll get to that next. Okay, here's my pretty much it's pretty much my other main bass. It's a Yamaha. I don't know the exact model name. It's relatively new still by this point, but it sounds fantastic. I have used it for more recent recordings. As said, I haven't had it that long yet, but definitely expect to see it more in the future, both on YouTube and possibly on other albums. And I present you with yet another Squier bass. Kind of got a P bass sort of shape to it. If I'm correct, I think it was called like an M180 Squier skull bass. But nonetheless, it's this is more of a backup one. I've had it for quite a while, and I don't play it that often, but I do have it there in case if anybody needs it, or in case if one of my strings break on my other one. You've seen my green bass, probably, if you've watched my channel. It's not going to be shown for a while. It's currently at Guitar Center getting fixed, so that's pretty cool. Okay, so here's my main guitar. It's a Fender Squier Strat. You'll start seeing a very common thing. I love Fenders, I'll be honest with you. It's just a company that I like. It's not the only thing that I enjoy, but it's definitely one of my favorites, personally. So, that one I definitely play a lot. Here is my ESP LTD Zero Static Explorer. It is a Wayne Static X style guitar. I believe during the Cannibal album sessions. It's a pretty fun one. And it is sleek, extremely heavy. Has only one pickup and a single knob. It's kind of a goofy design, but nonetheless, it definitely packs a punch for what it is. Which, honestly, that Seymour Duncan that it has for the pickup there probably helps with that. So, oh, and the plate here, that's actual metal, so that's another thing. Yeah. Okay, this is basically where at least half of my recordings happen. This is my main desk. As you can tell, it is kind of a mess and filled with all sorts of junk. I got my headphones. I do not have a pair of monitors. That's something I need to work on at some point here. I have my cowbell for my drum set, which is currently in storage because I live in an apartment. This microphone isn't mine. This is actually Corey's microphone. Pretty sure most people don't know who Corey is, but I do have a few videos with him from like earlier on in the what do you call it? Channel's age or whatever. Okay, inside this heaping mess. I probably should have paused it before I did this, but this is my Blue Mic Snowball Chrome model. This is my main microphone. Actually, I only have this pretty much, but I just recently, well, not recently, I'd say probably about 7 or 8 months ago now, bought a crap ton of sticky contact mics, and I have been doing all sorts of crazy things to test them out. On top of that, I also have Rocksmith cords, which I pretty much just plug directly into my computer, and that provides a relatively clean, good sound for my guitars and stuff when I'm not using my amps. I try to be a little discreet here in the apartments. Yeah. For my computer, it's just a basic crappy laptop, cheap as hell, but I have Mixcraft 7. Got it for like $50 about 3 years ago. So that's what I record with. Oof, I'm shaking way too much. Pop filter. Okay, so what we have here, the top one is my guitar amp. I bought it used, and the bottom one is my Fender bass amp. The bass amp is a Rumble 350 from Fender. I don't know, I just said the company name again. And the top one here is the GS100R, which is a pretty cool sounding, gets very good clean tones when it feels like it usually does. There's something wrong with the left speaker, so if I turn it up too loud it kind of crackles out. I still need to get that checked out. I got a foot pedal for the bass amp, so I can turn the drive on and off. That's nothing special, I don't know why I mentioned that. That guitar isn't mine, it's actually my brother's. I still need to get it fixed. And here are yet more contact mics. As I said, I bought an entire box of these things, and I've probably destroyed about half of them already. They're super cheap, so not really too much money lost. In fact, it's been kind of fun experimenting with all the sounds I can make with it. Okay, so over here I have an accordion. Yep, that's definitely an accordion. I've only used it in like maybe 2 videos. I haven't recorded any songs with it yet. I've mostly just been messing around with it. Yeah. Okay, so as far as keyboards go, because I've been finding, well, mostly just buying keyboards from thrift stores and stuff. Both of these were bought relatively cheap at thrift stores as well. They both work good and sound pretty good as well. The top one's better than the bottom one, I'll be honest with you. I got bells. Anyways, about the keyboards, I probably have like 7 or 8 keyboards. I really don't need that many, but I have them. The rest aren't really important. I won't show them. What else do I get? Oh, look at that. Here are pretty much where I leave the rest of my amps. They're all small. And Chris likes to play them more than anything. You've probably heard them in a couple earlier videos if you've watched them. There's a large Gorilla amp over here. This is actually Chris's. He leaves a lot of stuff at my house. We got another bass guitar here. This is not my bass guitar. This is actually Billy's. It's basically the same model as my Yamaha, except for it's a deep purple. Okay, here's the only acoustic guitar I own. I have a classic guitar, but it's in storage along with my drums. This is a Fender guitar. Once again, I do not know the model, but I do know it's a Fender. It looks like an acoustic guitar looks. And it sounds pretty nice. I've probably used it at least twice as far as recordings go. Hey, look, more keyboards. Tiny ones. What else can I do while I'm in here? Okay, that is a literal rim for a car. That might seem random, but I've used it in several recordings. Sometimes I hook up contact mics to it, or I just use my blue mic. It has been dubbed the Reaper's Rim by Billy. And it sounds really cool. Okay. Okay, what I have here are 3 different kinds of Korgs. Here is my Korg specifically. It is the Delay Monotron. And then we have the Duo Monotron. This one is Chris's. As said, he leaves a lot of stuff in my house. This is the Volca keys. Can't see that very good. Okay, yeah. This one is also Chris's. It's really fun, and there's a whole lot of crazy stuff that you can do with it. So, yeah, there's that one. Here's one of Chris's several guitars that he owns. The rest he finally took with him, I'm pretty sure, but he did leave this one. This is just an Epiphone SG. So that's pretty cool. It's just like a little basic model. Sounds pretty good. And yeah, might talk Chris into showing some of his instruments off sometime in the future, but he is not here today. For no reason, here's a big ass poster of chords for guitars, because that's fun. So this shelf is kind of a mess, but this has pretty much every single music book that I own, as well as a drum, a harmonica, and some bass guitar stuff. Got guitars, drums, violins, bass, piano, and a few other kinds of instruments worked in here as far as the books go. So that's some pretty cool stuff. This wasn't actually the violin I meant to grab. This is Billy's violin. Yeah. Okay, so this one is my violin. It is a white electric Cecilio. It's super cheap. You can buy these very, very easily off Amazon. So if you want a good starter violin, because I'm definitely no professional, that would be a good place to start. You can get them. Yeah, they're just fun. This isn't an advertisement. Just getting carried away here. Okay, so this is my main piano. As you can tell, I have another keyboard on top of it. This is the pretty old school Casio-Tone CT360. I actually got this from Billy. It's pretty fun. It's just a cheap little, I'm not gonna say cheap, but it's very limited as far as keyboards go. There's you only have a very small amount of selections here. So volume knob, all of this stuff still works. So for what it is, it's pretty cool. It's a single speaker. Now, for my main piano, this is a Yamaha. Don't know the model of it. Bet it says it somewhere. But yeah, so this is where I do most of my piano recordings, just because it generally sounds better. But it's definitely not portable, so if I plan on playing it, it has to be right here. Yeah. Here are some speakers. They're not monitors by any stretch of the word. They're just cheap little $25 speakers. Got 2 regular speakers with the one sub in the middle. When I'm recording, I generally pull these out just so I can get another view aside from using my headphones, because again, that's pretty much all I have at the moment. This is a karaoke machine I got for my birthday back in 2005 or 6. I don't remember. But funny enough, I've actually recorded with my friends about 5 or 6 albums with this little thing, because you just got all these little sections, and it's goofy, it's cheap, but I don't know, it's just really fun to do it that way. I do have a cello that's also in storage, because I broke one of the strings because I'm dumb, and I haven't gotten new strings for it yet. That's pretty much it. I mean, I have some smaller instruments, a few little thingies that make noises and stuff, nothing spectacular, and I don't really want to just drag this video on forever, so let's get to the next part. Cool. Okay. So, as far as it goes, that's my main instruments. I like the things that I use the most for recordings and stuff. I guess I just have like a few updates I can leave you with. For starters, if you've watched any of my recent videos, you've probably seen Billy's pet bird Percy. She passed away about a week ago, and it sucks. It's been a lot quieter, and it's not a good kind of quiet. It's been not the greatest. Anyways, aside from that, I on the 24th of August, about like 10 or so days from now, I'm going to be releasing This Is the Planet Pluto parts 1, 2, and 3, as well as a space compilation. The compilation will have numerous recordings from some of my friends compiled into one album as well. It's going to be over 4 hours in total as far as the actual amount of music, which is a pretty good amount. It's pretty cool. And aside from that, I still hope to get the Cerebra YouTube, my other YouTube channel, started up and going again. I got hundreds of recordings that I've basically just been stockpiling since 2013. I don't really feel like getting into the reasons behind that yet. I've put a few things up there since, but just haven't been using it very often. But I've been putting most of my videos on here, but of course they'd have to be music related, or at least something audio related. I've also been doing videos with Billy for Vagrant Hippopotamus, as well as occasionally uploading some of my concert recordings on Cerebra Goes to Shows. I finally figured out what to do for the Curb Stomp Records YouTube, because my phone number is already being used for both my main page as well as this channel. And Billy's is, of course, being used for Vagrant Hippopotamus as well as his main channel. And Jono's got one. I don't think I've mentioned him yet, but you see him every once in a while. And got a bunch of albums up on the Curb Stomp Records Bandcamp already, but we've got a lot more to get up there. We've been recording stuff since, at least digitally, since 2003, and I think it's like 2012, 2013 we actually finally started putting stuff online, but we've got so much of it that we've never actually released despite completing, so I'm hoping to get that done as well. We've got a lot coming in the future, and I just hope you keep enjoying it. I might post another video tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. And it's Prudence. It's a song that I made, I believe, a year or two ago. It'd be on my album We Are What We Are, but it's not completed yet. Though, funny enough, this is the only song. It's the first song I actually got on the radio. It's the only song I've ever gotten on the radio, but they played it on the radio, and that's pretty awesome. Like, that's up in the level of awesomeness of realizing that other YouTube channels that aren't me are uploading my albums. Cause I don't know. It's I don't really do this stuff for money, but it's definitely pretty awesome that people are actually enjoying it, and that's what I really like about making music. I just make music because it's fun, and because I get to do it with friends, and we can all make our own kinds of music, and there's no real strict boundaries as far as like genres or the instrument use, because we just share instruments. We make whatever kind of songs or styles we like, and yeah, that's pretty much it. That's everything for now. I don't want this to drag out too much further. The music in the background, which you can probably hardly even hear, is Chris and myself's band, Static Wolf, and the album is Pieces of Shrapnel. It's 51 tracks of craziness. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I just hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you're welcome to just message me or just ask. I mean, that's cool too. So, yeah, thank you for watching.